This man said that most men can endure hardships, but if you want to see a man's character, behavior, integrity, and much more, give him power. That's when you'll see a true man. It's like what people say, a person doesn't become good just because they get money. They are inherently good, and the money simply enhances their goodness. Similarly, a person doesn't become bad or wicked because they acquire money. They are inherently bad, and the money only helps them fully express who they truly are. Many men remain upright because they are poor and powerless, which forces them to be humble. However, if you want to fully understand a man, give him power. Abraham Lincoln said that after the clouds, the sun never stops shining. After tough times, always remember that the sun doesn't stop shining. After heavy rain, the sun shines again. After war, there comes a time when peace returns. After hardships, after bad times, there comes a time when things work out again. Do not lose hope. He said that happiness for every person is their responsibility. If you don't pursue it, who will do it for you? If you don't choose to be happy, who will make that choice for you? If you don't live your life, who will live it for you? Happiness is the responsibility of each individual. Abraham Lincoln said that as you rise in rank, you will encounter those who are descending. When you reach the top, remember those you left behind and be mindful of those you meet on their way down while you're climbing up. Those same people will be the ones to support you when your time comes to descend. As you take steps forward and as you progress in life, always remain humble. These words were spoken by the man we are going to talk about as we reflect on his life and other powerful words that can help you in your daily life. Then remember to subscribe so we can connect daily through life-changing words. Abraham Lincoln is a man widely known in world history as the President of the United States. He served as the 16th President of the United States from March 4, 1861, until he was assassinated on April 15, 1865. Abraham Lincoln led the United States during a challenging time marked by numerous civil wars among its people. It was during this period that Lincoln made the significant decision to abolish the trade of enslaved black people. He was later assassinated at the age of 56 in Washington, D.C., United States. President Abraham Lincoln was born in Hodgenville, Kentucky, to his parents Thomas Lincoln and Nancy Hanks Lincoln on February 12, 1809. In 1842, he married Mary Todd Lincoln, and together they had 4 sons: Robert Todd Lincoln, Edward Baker Lincoln, Tad Lincoln, and William Wallace Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born into a very poor family, which hindered his ability to receive a formal education. Instead, he chose to educate himself through reading. He loved reading, especially the Bible, and he studied the lives of great men in American history, particularly focusing on Benjamin Franklin, who was also a leader in American history. Abraham Lincoln eventually became a lawyer in the state of Illinois and later joined a political party called Whig Party. However, he left the party in 1850. He returned to politics in 1854, driven by anger over the actions of the leaders at the time, who continued the practice of bringing enslaved black people from Africa. Abraham Lincoln gained significant recognition in politics and earned respect from the nation in 1858, following debates he held with a prominent politician of the time, Stephen Douglas, who was a leader of the Democratic Party. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was nominated as a presidential candidate and was overwhelmingly supported by the southern states, where there were many black people. Meanwhile, the northern states, which upheld the practice of slavery, opposed him. This division led to intense fighting between the southern and northern states of the United States over whether to continue enslaving black people, with the South advocating for its abolition. Abraham Lincoln used debates and discussions to promote freedom and independence among the people. His efforts to unite citizens eventually led to his assassination in 1865 by those who opposed his administration. Although Abraham Lincoln died before completing his term, he succeeded in achieving his goals of restoring unity among the people and ending the internal conflicts. Today, he is celebrated as a hero of the United States. Some of the many words he spoke transformed lives, and they can transform yours too. This man once said that a nation is not destroyed by attacks from outside, but by decay from within. The lesson here applies to life as well. A country can be compared to a family. A family is not destroyed by guests or neighbors, but by its own members. The same is true for an individual. What destroys a person comes from within, not from external forces. Your thoughts can either build you up or tear you down. Abraham Lincoln said that the surest way to predict the future is to create it. It's like the saying, if you cannot see what your future looks like, then you must imagine it and shape it. He also said that what concerns him is not whether God is on his side, but whether he is on God's side, because God will always do what is just. Your responsibility is to stay on God's side, and God will take care of the rest. He said it's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. In short, when you stay silent, people may not know whether you are foolish or wise. But when you speak, you erase their doubts, and they will know what you are. Whenever you have nothing meaningful to say, it's better to remain silent and let people question rather than confirm their doubts. Abraham Lincoln once said that the best way to destroy an enemy is to make him your friend. He also said that in life, you may be able to please some people at certain times, and you might even please all people for a short while, but what you must never expect is that you will ever be able to please everyone all the time. He also said that you can never truly fail as long as you keep moving forward. The only person considered a failure is the one who stopped the journey before it was complete. As long as you keep going, even if at a slow pace, the time will come when you will succeed. He remarked that at the end of life, what matters is not the number of years you lived, but the life you lived in those years. A man once said that when you are young, time seems to come before life, but as you age, life comes before time. However, in all things, life is the most important. Without life, time means nothing, but with life, you can make use of time. Do not die without truly living. Abraham Lincoln once said, "When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That is my religion." True religion is this: if you do bad things, you should feel bad. If you do good things, you should feel good. He said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." This is what is called preparation. Everything requires preparation before you can proceed with your work, step by step. He also said, "Teach children so it won't be necessary to teach adults." If you don't provide knowledge to children, you'll end up with a much harder job of teaching them when they're grown. He remarked that kindness is the only service capable of stopping many bad things in your life. He said, "Every man is born an original, but sadly, many die as copies." A person is born good, but the environment shapes who they become. He also said, "If you've never failed, it means you've never lived. If you've never lost, it means you've never owned." That is how life works. Everything comes with its own challenges. He once said, "Your true friend is the one who shares the same enemies as you." He also said, "Forgiveness bears more fruit than justice," and added, "Nothing is impossible for a determined heart." He remarked, "There is no such thing as a bad thing. It is only how your eyes perceive it." Abraham Lincoln said, "Let me tell you the truth. In all my life, I have never seen jealousy, betrayal, or hatred benefit anyone at any time." He also said, "If I must die, I will die once." But living in constant fear of death is dying many times over. It's dying while still standing. He stated, "When you speak the truth, you don't need to remember much. The truth, even if forgotten, remains evident. But a lie requires constant memory and maintenance to avoid consequences. When you lie, you waste immense energy supporting and protecting it." Abraham Lincoln said, "Good things may come to those who wait, but they always remain with those who worked hard for them." Finally, he said, "It's better to move slowly than to go backward." If you're lucky enough to have watched this video and found it helpful, I want to make sure you don't miss out on similar content in the future. It can be hard to find videos like this again unless you're notified. So, to make sure you never miss a video from this channel, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell. That way, you'll easily be able to find more videos like this one whenever they're posted. I wish you blessings and good fortune, and may you continue to have great moments.